Small boats, huge power, and up to 8 Gs through 90-degree corners. Jet boat racing isn't for the timid. Who can navigate through the man-made technical course and emerge quickest after all 3 elimination rounds? We're going to find out right now on Lucas Oil on the Edge.
Got it tacked up, and if you get too close, you're getting cracked up. Stone cold when I roll, coming out of the hole. Get back, cause I'm out of control. I'm on the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to have some fun, Sprint Boat style. Yeah, some of the absolute best in the world will go at it here today at the American Sprint Boat Pro Racing Series A400 and modified classes presented by General Tire. Ken Stout and Rob Klepper here to call all the action. But to get things started, let's get it down to the third member of our team, Miss Kristen Banks.
Less than a year ago, where I'm standing was a dirt lot, but not anymore. Now it's a technical course. The boaters that are racing on this course will be going down a 3-foot deep channel that's about 20 feet wide with 13 turns. What does that mean? Boats going this fast, there's a lot of room for error, so sit back and get ready for the adrenaline rush.
Thanks a lot, Kristen. We're going to bring you highlights from round 1, or as it's referred to here in the sport, the 8 cut. There are 8 boats here. The Steam and Kiwi will kick things off here. We'll also bring you highlights from the modified class as well once we get to that point. The Steam and Kiwi making their second appearance here in 2023. Came out of the season opener, struggled a little bit. We'll find out how they do here.
Single hull, single engine boats propelled by a jet pump unit. Kicks out 600 gallons a second.
Driver is Rudy Schuler, and navigator is Sherry Coolidge. Clipping this one here right at the very end sets a mark of 55.769. Of course, the quicker you go, the better off you are, the higher you qualify. Pure Insanity coming up here next.
I'm standing here with River driving the 285 Pure Insanity Sprint Boat today. Now, River, I saw that you were holding a map. Let's just talk a little bit about your course and how you guys don't find out what turns you have to make until the night before. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it's just a big deal, like memorizing the course, like getting the corners down. Like you get it down first run, you go out, get the course down, and then after that, like you just big boat position, like where you put the boat in the channel, and it's just, you got to study it all day, every day while you're racing boats. Yeah.
Now, when would you say that you feel comfortable and confident with the course? After your first run, second run, during qualifying, or not until you line up for the race?
Probably around like the third qualifier is when I feel the most comfortable with the boat and like how the boat's going to react in the channel, and just, yeah, that's when I feel the most comfortable with the boat.
River Rogers, 19 years old. Of course, his navigator, Cole Keats, our old buddy from short course off-road racing, both out of Lewiston, Idaho. Here's their first run, 48.460, and that puts them on top of the board.
Yeah, really nice lap time there as you take a look at the rest of the times for the A400 category. Now we're going to shift gears and we'll go into the modified class. And with more on that, the first competitor here, once again, highlights reel here of the 8-cut round. Let's get it down to Kristen.
Scarlett is the driver of the Full Tilt 03 boat. Now, you have a background in hydroplane racing. How does it compare to this jet sprint boat racing?
I think it's so much more fun because this type of sport is challenging. You go left, you go right, you go fast, you zip around corners, and it's just it's a completely different type of boat racing sport from hydroplane racing where you just go fast and turn left.
Your daughter is out there with you. Sophia, you're the navigator for your mom. What has it been like as a first-year navigator?
Oh my gosh, it has been so much fun. I've kind of grown up around this sport, and everyone has always been like, oh, you're gonna drive for us, right? We can't wait till you're old enough to drive. And this is my first year like actually navigating, and everyone's been so excited, and everyone just looked forward to it, so it's been a lot of fun.
Now, you know moms and daughters can kind of have disagreements when they're taking each other's clothes. What is y'all's communication like out there on the course?
For the most part, it's pretty good. The few times we have gone the wrong way on the course, my mom hasn't necessarily listened to my directions, so we'll get into like little, not actual arguments, but little fake arguments about it, where I'll be like, Mom, you're supposed to listen to me.
Good job for the ladies. By the way, they come in here fourth in the points. We also saw TJ Burrows with the Jolly Rogers boat, a certainly legendary team out here in sprint boat racing. And you're watching the 55 Checkmate team. They come in here second in the points, 2 podiums so far, kick the season off with a 3rd place finish and then a 2nd place finish at the 2nd event of the year. We'll find out if they have anything. They're just a few points back behind our leaders in the Fear Not boat.
Yeah, they were second to Juggernaut here earlier this year. Another husband and wife team, as Frank and Kelly are married as well. As you can see, working their way through the channel, using the entire channel. It's not all about keeping it in the middle, going in high, coming off low. Really got to run this thing like a road course.
Yeah, they're really apexing the turns. Of course, you don't want to get too far over.
Oh.
You tag the beach a little bit. Really upsets the boat. I love the drone shot. It has certainly changed the game out here in terms of viewership. We really get to see how they navigate the channel here. It's difficult to do. These low shots give you a good idea of the speed. And speaking of speed, at 51.21, that is good enough to make the 4 cut. You want to be in the top 4. Otherwise, you're out of the program here today. And the Checkmate just made it in. Lucas Oil on the Edge is brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Keep that engine alive. And by General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. Welcome back to Lucas Oil on the Edge. You're watching the ASBR presented by General Tire. This is the modified class. We are down to the 4-cut round, or semifinals, if you will. Basically, 4 boats left in it.
We're here with Clint driving the Fear Not boat. Now, Clint, you're really into the engineering and the physics. Will you tell everyone at home just a little bit about how fast these boats are really going?
Yeah, so what's interesting to me is that when these boats are doing 60 miles an hour, you cover 88 feet per second. And then when we go into these corners, this track is 12 feet wide, and at 125 milliseconds, you cover 11 feet, so you don't have a whole lot of time to turn. It's either really critical timing to get the turn down. Too soon you hit dirt, and too late you hit dirt, so it's really pretty interesting. And the lighter these boats are, the faster they go around the corner with less G's. We've done 8 G's in our last boat, and it was very impressive sounding, but you're scrubbing speed of that. So if you can get the G's down there, you're carrying the speed through the corner, and they're way faster. And yeah, it's just, these things are a lot of fun to drive.
He comes in here with a 13-point lead. He is leading the group, trying to win this championship. Terry Lovell, by the way, the navigator there with Clint Birch.
Here comes Checkmate once again, off into the semifinals. Frank Toftemark and his wife Kelly Toftemark out of Puyallup, Washington.
Really cool to watch them navigate this course, and again, to know that they just found out what the course is going to be the night before is super impressive to see how quickly they pick it up here. But I love some of the late apex turns. They want to keep the boat up on top of the water. We heard Clint talking about maintaining that mid-corner speed without setting the nose or the entire hull down in the water. If they can keep from doing that at the same time, man, they have to turn these things hard.
Yeah, easier said than done for sure. They have 3 different rotations here at Ontario Speedway. They're running number 3 this weekend, so lots of cross wash with this rotation. The water level was much higher. A few of the ledges were visible. It has really changed here today.
And again, in that long right-hander, you can see how they late apex it right there and open up the entry and then late apex that turn, chop off the backside of it, if you will. So beautiful job here out of the Checkmate. They will lay in a time of 50.42. That is the quickest pass so far here in the 4-cut round for this category.
The 6'11 boat known as Slippery Pickle, probably my favorite name of the day. Jesse Denton with the honors, Terry Lamb the navigator. They struggled here in August, weren't able to make a complete qualifying run, so trying to get it done here in round 2.
Yeah, second time we've seen them this year, so they did not make all of the events. And of course, that seat time is absolutely everything, like any other form of motorsports. You can see the navigator there with the left hand up, helping guide the boat, if you will, or give at least directions to the driver of what's coming up and where they need to go.
Yeah, and oftentimes we don't talk about the navigator. Very important, because as a driver, when you're out there, you can get lost, and you do not have an opportunity to take a second, figure out where you're at. So you look to the right just a little bit on that peripheral vision. Use the navigator to help you get through the course.
So the time to beat is 50.532. If they're going to get into this 2-cut, it's basically the final round. Got to throw it all on the line, and a 51.11 is not going to be good enough.
Yeah, tough break, a solid run right there, but just not good enough to get into the finals, as we'll move on to Jason and Samantha Christ, Juggernaut.
Yeah, and how about their season? Did not make the last event, but they kicked the first two off with back-to-back wins. They are tough. They're for sure they are players.
Jason, a firefighter. They're out of Burley, Idaho, a southern Idaho family, and here they go.
Beautiful overhead shot here as the drone is able to follow them around. Whoa, way out there by the dirt. Another nice setup there. Hold down, sitting down in the water a bit.
Yeah, and this drone shot really shows you how narrow these channels are. You heard earlier about 12 feet. We're talking 3 feet of water here. Very easy to beach it, get up on the side. We saw it a lot in qualifying. It seems we're trying to figure this race course out, but a great shot from the drone to really show you what these drivers deal with.
And there it is, their time, 51.034. And again, not quite quick enough. As you see the top two, you'd have to get into the 50s. What a great battle here in the four-cut round. We welcome you back here to the American Sprint Boat Racing Series in Ontario Speedway. This telecast presented by General Tire. Of course, Lucas Oil on the edge is where it's all going down. The American Sprint Boat Racing A400 class. This is also the semifinals here, like we just watched for the modified category, or better known as the four-cut round.
Bad Influence, Stephen Church, his wife Randy Church navigating. Here we go, the 156 boat. Pretty much been in the top 5 all year long. Has raced here in the States, been competitive in New Zealand, Australia, where the sport pretty much began across the pond in New Zealand. So we'll see what they have here in Bad Influence.
Coming here fourth in the points, they have an opportunity to move up to third.
13-foot, 6-inch jet speed MK3 hull, 408 cubic inch Chevy with an 8.5-inch Scott's pump. Those pumps, they can adjust the blades to really change the pitch of the boat. They use the nozzles that they can change as well to help steer the boat. It's all about feel here in sprint boat racing.
Saw a couple of hops out of this boat here throughout the course of the run, which will cost them a bit of time. 51.630 will be the mark to beat. Coming up next will be the boat called Preventing Insanity. Comes in here as the points leader, 2 wins and a second-place finish.
We're here with Leighton Lilly, the driver of the 27. Now, Leighton, you have a background in motocross, arena cross, racing snow bikes. How in the world does driving a sprint boat compare?
It's really similar, actually. Just all about learning the course here is big time, remembering everything, but you still have lines that you gotta hit and ways that you could slow down to go faster, and a lot of similarities. But yeah, it's been a fun deal for me. I had an accident in 2009 racing arena cross and was a spinal cord injury, so it took, I thought, maybe my racing days away, and I'm glad that I've found this sport, and it's really, really giving me that thrill again. So.
Speaking of giving you a thrill, you're probably honestly going faster in this boat than you ever were on a motorcycle. Can you just tell the people how fast you guys go on this boat and the sort of G's that y'all feel when y'all are making turns?
Yeah, so the speeds aren't super high, 70-ish miles an hour. But the thing is that you could turn full lock at that speed and they will hold. So for me, that was the biggest thing to get used to, was I feel like, oh man, we're gonna die, right? And the boat takes it just fine, and the G-forces, we're seeing 4 or 5 Gs almost every run. So, but we have really good seats. The safety equipment's top notch, so it's no big deal.
By the way, while that interview was going on there, if you were watching the action on the track, it was Leighton and Cody that laid down a time of 47.13. They are the new mark to beat. To get in, you'll have to be quicker than a 51.63. We'll find out how things go here.
Dan Hatch, Wendy Wright on the course right now. The 44 boat straight sideways out of Pasco, Washington. They were third here in round 2 and a 49.28 for sideways.
Yeah, that's good enough to get them in right now with one boat yet to go. It's called Pure Insanity. We had Preventing Insanity. This is Pure Insanity. Comes in here second in the points. River Rogers, and Cole Keats behind the wheel of this one. Rob talked about Cole Keats coming out of short course off-road a little bit earlier. 3 podiums on the season, and trailing comes in here second in the points to Preventing Insanity.
Yeah, first year racing for River Rogers in sprint boats. He beached it, he rolled it in qualifying. Their dads raced sprint boats together, so it's really cool to see these 2 young racers get together and lay down a good time.
The mark to beat now is 49.28. We saw Leighton Lilly and Cody Holzer throw down a 47.19, so we know it's in the water and in the boat in this category. The question is, can you put it together? It's not an easy task.
Again, just a great drone shot to show you this race course and how fast these guys are going and where they're going.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness, 46.19, quickest of the session, and good enough to make it to the final round. Pure Insanity and Preventing Insanity, number 1 and number 2 in the points, will be putting on a show here for the win. Lucas Oil on the Edge is brought to you by General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. And by Lucas Oil Products. Keep that engine alive. We are down to the money rounds here with the ASBR presented by General Tire. We'll kick it off here with the modified class. Fear not, we are down to 2 boats in each category, modified and the A400 class. The question is, who's going to win it? Let's go.
Clint Birch, the driver out of Oregon. Terry Lovell out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Navigating Fear Not. Put it up on the beach and qualifying. They got a rad 12-foot next level racing hole, a Dart 360, and a Scott 8.25 pump.
Just 13 points between these top 2 as they duke it out for the win here and the championship in 2023.
This modified category putting out a healthy amount of horsepower, 367 cubic inch max on the power plant, and he is using all that channel.
The good thing he was leaned to the right because there was no more water to the left, using everything he could possibly grab there, kept it afloat.
And it's hammered down all the way around. You do not lift no matter what, and Fear Not, 51-22 here in the finals.
Yeah, and that's really a bit off of the pace. Keep in mind, last time out in the 4-cut round, they went a 50.53, so they are laying there for the taking.
Checkmate, the Tough Marks out of Puyallup, Washington, hit the racetrack. Again, have to be under that 51-22. Can they do it to take home the big check here today in Oregon?
Kicked the season off with a 3rd-place finish, followed that up with a 2nd-place finish. Did not make the podium at the last round, where their competition here in the Fear Not boat won that round. Great looking boat here, and once again getting everything out of it they possibly can. They too were in the 50-second range here in the 4-cut round. They have the speed of that boat. Big mistake right there. That will cost them a win.
Man, tough break right there, just trying to get as much as they can out of the boat, just like you said. And as they wrap up this run, 51-65, and that's not going to be good enough.
Clint, you're taking home the win in the modified class with one of your great friends of 50 years. Now, you guys just won by 0.4 seconds. What does that mean to you two?
It means that an even better, sweeter reward. And you know, Frank is a great competitor. We've been racing him all summer, and he's been on our tail all season long, and he's just a great competitor.
Well, what a competition you two got put on for all of us, and we're really proud of you guys. Congratulations on your 1st place finish.
All right, thank you.
And to know that they won by just 0.4 of a second, I promise you that mistake there out of the Checkmate boat was way more than that, so they were definitely on a pass. Okay, let's shift classes. Let's go back into the 400 class. We'll kick it off here with Preventing Insanity. That is the points leader coming in. 3 consecutive podiums on the season, 2 wins and a 2nd place.
Leighton Lilly trying to get it done with Cody Holzer, the navigator. A great onboard shot showing you what they are doing behind the wheel.
Last time out in the 4-cut round, they ran a time of 47.19, so we know what's in the boat there. We'll see if they can better the mark here and put the pressure over there on the other side with the Pure Insanity team.
Woo! Man, really working that wheel.
Amazing redirection out of these boats. It's incredible what they're capable of.
And it's interesting to watch how different drivers attack the race course, trying to be nice and smooth, trying to lay down a good line, or just working that wheel and making right-handers, left-handers as hard as possible. And look at that, 45.67. Lily not fooling around here in the finals.
How about a second and a half quicker? Without question, the quickest pass we've seen all day long, including the Pure Insanity 4-cut effort at 46.19. Now the pressure is on them. Here we go.
They were third in round 1 at Port Angeles. They were second to Preventing Insanity here and round 3 at Port Angeles. So they don't want to run second to that boat here today in Oregon, and they are on it right now.
You're absolutely right, and they also come in here second in the points to the same team, 19 markers back.
You look at this 400 class, they make a lot of steam underneath the hood. 412 cubic inch maximum. Pistons, lifters, rocker arms, intake manifold, ignition system, all open in this class. You can really make some HPs.
Once again, the time to beat here is going to be a tough one. Quickest we've seen all day at 45.674. They come in at 45.53, 14 hundredths of a second quicker, and they're going to steal the win here right at the very end. What an impressive effort here out of the Pure Insanity team. Nicely done.
River Rogers, you just took home the win in the 400 class. Now, you knew you could do it, but do you feel like you surprised some people out there watching?
Oh yeah, so I'm so pumped right now. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm so fortunate for everyone that got me here. My dad, like everyone, Peter Coey, the motor guys, like they did. That's the reason I'm here. Cole Keats, my navigator, he did a kick-ass job, and I'm so excited right now. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, this is Cletus McFarland's race boat that he let us race this weekend, and I appreciate it so much, and I'm just so excited that we're here right now.
Well, what a great win, but it takes two of y'all. You're a team. Cole, how do you feel after coming off from that win, being the navigator, and what can we expect from the Pure Insanity team?
I mean, we're only getting started, you know. We've watched our dads race all our lives, so start our weekend was a little rough. We had a couple mishapes, but to end it this way and have a good drive like that, and we're just learning. We're young, so we'll keep digging.
Well, congratulations to the young Pure Insanity team, your 400 winners.
Congrats to the two young guns. What a great day. Hope you enjoyed all the great racing action. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. Remember, you're not living unless you're on the edge.